Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing another product install and review. Today we're going to be updating the trailer breakaway cable system. The one that's on the Mission Overland Summit is not working properly. I'll show you what's wrong with that whenever we go out there to install this one. This company was kind enough to send this product out for me to review. I'm really excited about it. It has a whole lot of features that I'm interested to see how they're going to work with the Mission Overland Summit. So let's get to the product and the unboxing. Really excited to be working with ATEM Power and their solar trailer breakaway system. It has a LifePO4 battery inside, which is a really good battery. Some of the specifics that's on the back here. The output voltage is 10 to 14.6 volts. Output current is a max of 10 amps. The input voltage is a max of 20 volts. The operating temperature is -20 to 60 degrees Celsius. I'll put up the Fahrenheit right here for all us Americans up over here. The solar panel, which is just made for trickle charging the battery that's in this device, is 0.63 watts. Battery capacity is 3 amps. So with that being LifePO4, that's all 3 amps. And then the product weight is 572 grams. This is it in pounds for all us Americans over here. Let's get into the unboxing. Let's see what's in this thing. You have your user manual. Warranty comes with a 3-year warranty. So that's great. If you looked at my trailer video review that I had for the Mission Overland Summit, you know that I went on Amazon to buy an aftermarket slinky like this. So I'll be changing over to this one and see how this performs. But oh, that's tight in there. Kind of like that. So whenever it comes out, it legit comes out. So we're going to be updating to this one, updating and upgrading to this one. It's a nice little form factor unit. We'll compare it to the other one that I have whenever I get out there. I like that. Your solar panel on top, your stats on the back. Let's go ahead and hit this test button, see what it's testing like. One more important stat to go over with this is that I believe it is IP65 rated, which means that it's more water resistant than your standard breakaway cable box, but you still need to mount this in a place where it doesn't get a lot of downpour. What I might end up doing later on, since I do a lot of water crossings with the trailer, I might run a bead of silicone around the point where it connects, just to add that little extra layer of protection. It's not necessary, but in my particular case, I think it may be worth it. With it being a LifePO4 battery, you don't have to worry about off-gassing. So that would be very useful for my particular application in this. It does not come with any mounting hardware. So what I'm gonna do, I already have some aftermarket screws that I'm gonna use. It has 4 mounting locations in each corner. We're gonna go outside to the trailer, look at the old box. We're gonna test the old box, verify that it is bad, which it is, and we'll start upgrading from there. We're out here at the trailer. It's kind of cold today, but we're still gonna get it done. As you can tell right here, this is the OEM trailer breakaway box. It's connected up just like how I'm going to connect this one. Besides, I'm going to be replacing all these components. So back to this box. It does have a test button just like the new one, but whenever you hit this test button, nothing happens. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. All right, that's what it looks like on the inside. You see how it's all kind of rusted in there. This is the test button that's just sitting on there with 4 little prongs. These are supposed to be the LED lights. That doesn't do anything. And these are the connectors. This is your battery. I believe this is a standard lead acid battery. It says replace every 3 to 5 years. I had this camper a little bit over a year. Before we completely disconnect the old breakaway controller, we're going to go ahead and lift up the passenger side tire and test to see if it still works or not. Okay, so now we have the OEM battery set up there. We're going to spin the passenger side wheel and then pull this brake cable and see if it stops. So we pulled the cable. It should be stopping now. It is not. The cable is pulled. So now we're gonna replace the OEM one with the new one. I'm gonna try to use some of the existing holes so I'm not drilling more holes into my camper. But we'll see how it goes. And that's it for the old box. So whenever it comes to wiring this product, ATEM Power provides this really good manual. One of the things that I really like about this particular product, and you can see it on their website, is that your power source doesn't have to come from the actual vehicle itself. You can hook this power source into your auxiliary battery or your trailer battery and charge it doing that method. The reason why that's possible is because they do have the LifePO4 battery. Since I'm using the existing hardware with the trailer, I'm gonna have to open up some of these holes, as you can see there. But that shouldn't be a problem. This is all plastic around there, so we're going to open it up and try to mount it in the same location, and it's going to be a little bit higher too. We're going to mount that right where the other one was using this top hole, and then go from there. Looks nice. Looking nice so far. I know this position doesn't get a lot of sunlight in this current location, but the way that my residence is oriented, the sun rises right in front of the trailer and sets behind the trailer. So throughout the day, it'll still be getting a charge if it's not hooked up to shore power. Okay, so we took off the old box and we have it mounted where we want it at. So now we're going to start hooking up the cables. We're gonna see where these cables run to, and then of course check it with the box too. So let's get into it. I'm gonna take the new disconnect and I'm gonna connect this wire to this wire and then pull it from that end, and then that will help this wire go through this loom without me having to take out these other 2 screws, if that makes any sense. So we have our blue wire ran to where it's going to hook up to our brake controller here. Once we get that connected, and now we're going to focus on this blue wire here. This blue wire is going to connect to our electric brakes that's inside our Johnson box. As a quick little connection, since we already ran the blue wire on the bottom to the controller, we're taking the blue wire on top, running that up and connecting it to the other blue wire that's coming out of our 7-pin and that controls the brakes. Next, what we're gonna do is go ahead and hook this up to the trailer power. The good thing is I already have a connection to the trailer down here. This piece right there. I'm just gonna run that up through here, through this wire loom, and then go ahead and connect our negative to the white and our positive to the black. So I just have some extra, I believe this is 12 gauge wire laying around, and what I'm gonna do is run it from where I showed you before up through here and then connect it through here. If that makes any sense. We're just gonna do this with your regular butt connectors. We're gonna heat shrink them, of course. Make sure that they're watertight. You can see we have our power source coming from the bottom of the box there. Go ahead and cut all the power, do all that other good stuff so you don't electrocute yourself. It's just 12 volts, so it won't hurt that bad, but it still sucks. In order to alleviate that, I like to connect them one at a time. So we're gonna do black first. Okay, we got everything up top. So what we're gonna start doing now, just feeding it through this wire loom. Okay, and we have our cords ran through the proper place. Now comes the interesting part. What we're gonna do is, so we have a clean install, we're gonna make sure that our wire loom is ran all the way up, and we're gonna try to get these as close to even as possible. Give us a little bit of room to play around with. The black coming out of the controller is our live, so we're gonna hit that. The white is our ground, and the blue is the blue. Unfortunately, my wire strippers stopped working, so we're just doing it by feel with the cutters. So remember, our black goes to our white. The black goes to our red. Our blue goes to the blue. Go ahead and give that watertight seal. Not too much heat. You can tell that it's working already because the charge light is on. So that's it for the install. So we're gonna just see here. We got our electric brake hooked up to the blue coming out of our 7-way pin. That connection is hooked up here with our breakaway. I kept the aftermarket one that I bought off of Amazon because it's a little bit longer than the one that they included with the breakaway. Oops, there. You can see it's charging. It's hooked directly up to the battery. because that's how you can hook up this one as well. You can see the test, fully charged. It's doing good. The 7-way isn't hooked up right now, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and pull this. Then we're gonna turn it, try to turn it. It's not moving. It's slowing down. There it is. So we can see that it is working as designed. So that is good to know. So once again, thank you to ATEM Power for sending out this trailer breakaway system. I think it's going to be a really good upgrade to the system. It's still amazing that it has solar on it, so I make sure that it's always charged, even if the battery goes dead on the trailer. So thank y'all again. More trailer modifications coming up. I got some good ideas for some upgrades that I want to do before next camping season comes around. Also too, there's more upgrades coming to the Bison. I just got to find some time to get that done. It's going to be exciting. I can't wait to do it. All right, guys. Until next time, I'll see y'all around. Stay warm out there.